Good morning, and what a fine morning it is. It's just before 10 o'clock and I'm on a day walk in the glorious Lake District, parked up at Seathwaite. Not been here for a few years. The last time I was here was back in 2017 with Neil. So from Seathwaite here, going to go over Stockley Bridge up to Styhead Tarn. 6 hours. Could easily be more because I do faff about with the videoing, so I'm not in a rush. Just out to enjoy. Out to enjoy. I really feel I've got a good walk ahead of me today. Fantastic. This first bit up the trail is about 2 miles to Styhead Tarn, and I think Stockley Bridge is halfway or thereabouts. It's a bit of a trek along this stony path, but it's a good warm-up for the day ahead. That was amazing with all those sheep coming through. I wonder how many sheep there are. Ooh, hundreds, I would think. To help guide them, there was a good 2 dozen dogs with probably 3 or 4 farm guys running around and doing their whistling and shouting and calling. Nice to watch. Had to stop and let them go by along the path, of course. Ah, the views are opening up. Stunning. Lovely in the summertime. Bit more bleak in the winter though. And I can see Stockley Bridge. And up we go. We've got some height to gain now. This is Styhead Gill. Styhead Tarn is literally 10 minutes up there. I've been following up the valley, but this is quite a flat bit here and the path just scoots along the side. Wow. Styhead Tarn, just over that brow. This is such an easy route to navigate, this first bit anyway. You can't get it wrong as long as you're looking at a map. You know, the farm, Seathwaite Farm, and then next up the path is you got Stockley Bridge. You can't miss it. And then you got that little wooden bridge, which is marked on the map, I can't remember the name. You're following this Styhead Gill all the way, you know, you can't really miss it. Cross it now and again, so it's easy. The reason for me saying this is going back, I'm remembering a walk now, goes back to about 1990, plus or minus a couple of years either way on that. About 1990, I was with a group, Styhead Tarn. I was with a group co-leading, but I wasn't the primary leader. On a group trip, there was quite a few of us. That's another story. And we set out actually from minibus from the farm but the whole, it was completely clagged out. There was virtually, you know, you could see 20-50 meters, that's all. And you could say, what's the point in even going out? Well, yeah, there is that. You've got to have a bit of a go-to attitude, positive mindset. So the strategy was get out of the minibus, follow the route up, you know, follow the map, you can't get lost, get to Styhead Tarn, which again you can't really miss, he says. On and on and on, and just see how the cloud base comes when you get to this point, because quite often I think you get low level cloud and then you can get above it or it clears depending on the atmospherics. So that day, yeah, we came up, followed the track. I was leading the first bit, followed the track, easy enough obviously, and then my mate who was going to lead the trip took over. There were two of them actually, Peter Coombs and Dave Hollis. Goes back a bit, so they kind of took over, and there was, we were all discussing the viable options, and it flattens off here. We know the altitude. Back in those days there was no electronic devices to tell you where you were, no GPS. I don't think there was even anything like a barometric pressure on a watch. I don't remember. Anyway, we didn't have anything. Just go by ground contours and stuff and time interval, the usual way. And we get to a point where, this must be now Styhead, levels out, blah blah blah, wind changes, things like that. We could barely see it. It's just here. So we stopped, had a kind of a discussion, and decided what we were going to do. We did actually, because the weather was clearing, just at that point, we did actually go around, and I assume we did Great Green Gable, base brown, and then back down again. That's probably what we did. So shout out to Dave Hollis and Peter Coombs. I don't think they do YouTube, so I don't think they'll be watching, but hey, if you are, guys, I'm back in the lakes. Styhead Tarn, and there's some cattle over there as well. Styhead Tarn, or the area around here, is a bit of an epicenter, is a bit of a cross point for paths and routes. People camp here as well. I've never camped here, maybe I will sometime, but there's a myriad of paths that crisscross through here, so it's at this point that it's a good point to take stock of where you are and what the plans are. Change your plans if you need to, depending on the weather, time of day, energy levels, all the stuff to help make decisions on what's best to do. Going to go on to just this coll area here, and we'll have a good view of the mountain range the other side. Styhead stretcher box, that's a very important point on the map as well. It's metal. I remember it as a wooden structure, well past its prime. I think it's newer than 5 years since I've been here last, I don't know. A big icon there, Scafell Pike. Well, the weather is perfect. It's been a long time. This is the corridor route, so quite straightforward really. I've got enough food, got enough water, got enough time, got enough energy. So I'm going to go up the corridor route and see how far I get, as long as I don't lose any time videoing at the time. Then I'll either come back the same way or skirt around. There is a skirt around, but that will add more time as well. So here we go, Scafell Pike via the corridor route. Right ahead of me is the very impressive corridor route, and that gully cut, I can't remember its name, just there, deep crevice. So, Styhead Tarn. Just about to see the corner of it, the far corner. I'm about halfway up this corridor route. I thought it was more technical than it has been. Perhaps that's been the easy bit and I got the difficult bit to do. I don't remember, it's been a while. Perhaps there's more scrambling further up, I don't know, anyway. Whatever. Looking straight over, there's the mighty lump of Great Gable. It's a lump with the various routes. An easy route, it's all comparative, isn't it? It's all relative. The easier route is up, turning right from the tarn, turning right at the safety box, and then going up. It's a track, but it's okay all the way around to the rounded top. I've done that a few times. The last time I was here, I did the tour around the Wasdale Head side with the Needle, Nape's Needle and Sphinx Rock. Didn't go through Nape's Needle or whatever it's called, threading the needle. Didn't manage to do that. But that was about 5 years ago. And otherwise, I usually use just the standard trail. There's lots of people coming up from Wasdale Head. Doing this route up here is popular from Wasdale Head. Diagonal track up to this junction. I said there was some scrambling, didn't I? And indeed there is, but this is down. I want to go up. Ah, dear, oh dear. Steady by steady. Well, that was a nice rocky scramble. Over there next. That's the scree scramble that I remember. I thought that last bit was too easy. That's a bit more tricky. Yeah, right. I just stopped for some water and a snack. Two guys have just passed me. Says it's fairly shit this bit and then there's more to the right. Getting there though. Done most of it. Cracking views. Loose bits, fixed bits, you never know which bits are fixed and which are loose. Step forward, slide down a bit. Bloody hell, this is up now. There was no way I was going to video much of that going up that scrabbly rubbish. That was quite hard work. But come to this coll, fantastic views that way. I can't think what those mountains are. Next is the last final push up this bit of scree. Might not be quite so loose. Over to the right a little bit. And then we're there. Yeah. It is a bit of a relief to know this is the last main push.
Do you mind doing cheeky?
Yeah,
Nice breeze. Where's Great End then? Yeah, oh, we love it. Yeah, we absolutely love it.
Carrier bag. Whoops. Scafell. Tick. Lovely. Didn't do any chatter while I was at the top. There were just too many people. I come down to this little coll with the corridor route off to the side here. That's the way I came up. I'm gonna head across up the way these guys are going to, what is that, Broad Crag, and then Great End further over, past the other tarn, whatever the name of the other tarn is, I'll remember in a minute. The higher tarn. Well, that was the highest bit, but there's still more up to do. Never mind, let's do it. Plod, plod, plod. This is Broad Crag. Big roundy top. I cannot say I've been here before. There's a good chance I have, but I certainly don't remember being here. Can we see? We can. Scafell, just on the top there with that little thing, that little round turret. People on top. Lots of people on top. Gonna crack on. Great gable still there. It's a good way of orientating yourself. Great gable. Windy gap. Oh my goodness, windy gap. Down and back up again. Thank you for being there. Hi to you. I'm on my own today and yesterday on my own, tomorrow on my own. This trip is a solo trip. Oh, it's good. Like getting away. But for so many trips over the last, during the summer and even springtime, I've been out with mates. Weekends, one days, with Kit to Italy for an 11-day trip. And I've been used to, chitter chatter as we've been going. So it's nice that I've been able to talk to you. Thank you for being there. I'm now off the top of Broad Crag. Just there. Really bouldery. Boulders, boulders, boulders. Really quite difficult to go across, but hey, that's all right. I've now taken this slightly green cut-off path, aiming for Great End. So Great End, I'm going to go up to Great End using this cut-off path up to the top, which is just here, and then back down and around. I might as well do Great End. I have been here, but let's tick it off now. Get it on the list. So well off Broad Crag now. Come off Broad Crag, retraced my steps slightly, came along and turned left, and this is the path down to Sprinkling Tarn, with a little island in it. I think it's an island. I'm not sure you can walk across to it. I don't know. The mist has cleared again. It was a bit misty on top, but that has cleared. It's been a fantastic day. I must say my feet are slightly tired now, but it's not really surprising. Right up on the top of Broad Crags, I met up with a small group of trekkers. I'm not quite sure how they know each other, but they obviously know each other very well. And I sort of joined in with and off then to take some photographs of a couple of moving moments with them. I'll try not to get in the way, but they asked me to take some photos, which of course was great to be able to help with them.
feet.
So you've done how many Wainwrights?
214.
Yeah.
This is my last Wainwright.
Last
My
Wainwright.
last Wainwright.
And your name is?
Julie.
Julie. Well done, Julie.
Nick and
Very
Graham.
well done, Julie.
And we need this sending. And this is in honour of my friend David,
Oh right, who's David?
who sadly passed away.
Oh, that's sad news.
And this was his last Wainwright, and we're doing it in honour of him too.
Absolutely. Do another toast.
Cheers, David.
Yeah.
Cheers, David. Cheers.
They were celebrating, as one of the ladies, Julie, was explaining, they were celebrating having completed all of the Wainwrights. That's a fantastic achievement. I can't imagine how much time and energy has gone into completing all those Wainwrights, ticking them all off one by one. Never dreamt of even doing that, but there was some additional follow-on moments that they had privately about one of their previous Trekker members, I think. Oh, I don't know the name of this gill either. But that path there is a more direct route back to Stockley Bridge, which I was kind of tempted to follow really. It will save about 1 kilometre of walking. But I fancy seeing Sprinkling Tarn. I've not seen it for such a long time. If I go that way, I won't see it again. So for the sake of a little bit more walking, go slightly longer way round. Back out in the sunshine again. Are you still following along? I guess you are if you're listening to me asking you that. Are you skipping bits? I think this video is going to be slightly longer. What with me whittering along all the time. Thanks for sticking with me. Much appreciated. Appreciate the company. Do drop a comment. Have you been along this route? Any part of this route? Can you make a suggestion for another route for me? Yeah! Look at that! And there's that, well, it's not really an island, is it? Lumpy bit that sticks out into the water. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you, Sprinkling Tarn. Don't you look pretty? Perched high up above the valley with our little natural dam. It's an amazing location. There's Broad Crags, backside of Broad Crags, all the way down, all the way down. Oh, that's fresh. Did I get that? And another one. Well, today's been jam-packed with different things. Whoops! A fantastic peak, plus a few others. A most enjoyable walk. Nice chats with people. Just been talking to another couple there. And a wild swim. That was completely unplanned. And then a flyby. Whoa, whoosh! Gets the old heart going. Oh, and now, well, that's Sprinkling Tarn. I've got Styhead to get down to, and then it's an hour. So I've got an hour and a half return route. But it's made quite a long day. Keep stopping and doing stuff. It's all right. Out for the fun. I'm going to stomp this bit. Back with you in a bit. Just overlooking now Styhead Tarn. Almost back. Got to skirt around, drop down and pick up that motorway path all the way back to the farm. I don't think I've ever seen this place so picturesque. It has been fabulous. And that was my route up, the corridor route, this morning up to Scafell Pike. How many hours ago was that? Burnt a few calories, done a few steps. Whoa. Well, I'm back on this path. Let's take it down to Styhead Tarn. And that's another fantastic view of the tarn. It's hard to believe that that tarn is there, and yet so many metres up and further over there is another tarn, separated by quite a bit of distance, but separated in height. You look at the map, quick look at the map, unless you look at the contour rings, you wouldn't know that there's a height difference, but there absolutely is. I'm back at the rescue box. Scafell Pike, great and green gable behind me, and the tarn in front. Well, I'm going to stomp my way back to the farm. No point you following along with that. You saw me come up this morning. Really appreciate you picking my thumbnail out of all the other millions of thumbnails that are on YouTube to watch over the last few minutes. Thank you for that. I hope it's been good fun to come along and enjoy. I can assure you, sitting in your chair or standing waiting for a bus or whatever you're doing, it's been a lot easier for you than it has been for me. But I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Another one in the box. Right, stomp, stomp, stomp. So, yep, thank you for watching and bye for now.